straight from the soul with it. Yeah. ESPN Brian Windhorst was on the George Sedano podcast, and he came on to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. George Sedano asked about the young core's inconsistency and asked Brian Windhorst what is it that he's hearing around the league about these young guys, because he feels that that's the most important thing when it comes to evaluating these young guys. So Brian Windhorst, who could be very passive aggressive and take shots at times, spoke about a ESPN promo where they used Kyle Kuzma and said that he was in these meetings and they didn't know who they were going to use. They didn't know if they were going to use Lonzo Ball. Was it going to be Brandon Ingram? Was it going to be Kyle Kuzma? Basically, long story short, the Lakers ain't got no stars. Cutting right to the chase, he says he would have liked to see one of the young guys take a step up, pretty much saying that nobody on this team is marketable enough right now. And I'm assuming that people around the league don't believe that none of these young guys could be elite level superstars. That's what I got from what he said. I don't know what you guys take from that. But he also says that when it comes to Brandon Ingram's averaging 19 points per game, but he's shooting 50% from the free throw line, and he's only taking 1 3 a game. So he repeated everything I told you guys about Brandon Ingram, which is he only takes 1 3, which is an indication that he's not comfortable in taking that shot, which could be difficult because when he's playing with LeBron James loves to be around shooters, and if you can't shoot that 3 ball, it's going to be difficult playing with LeBron James. He spoke about Kyle Kuzma. He says Kuzma is having a good year, and he says when he talks to scouts, he tells the scouts, hey, Kuzma is having a good year. Then says scouts say, but he's shooting 29% from the 3. He talked about Magic Johnson press conference saying that the Lakers will be disciplined this year and be patient and hold on to these young guys. He says that the front office bet on the young guys to develop into star level players, and they have not done that. He also spoke about Luke Walton and stated that Luke is doing the best with what he has, and that the Lakers holding on to Luke Walton until the end of the season would be the right decision. He spoke about LeBron's injury and how there was some lying that was going on in the reports and the timetable of LeBron return. He says that the best case scenario, LeBron could be out for another week and a half. So moving on to Kyrie, I just wanted to sum up this entire interview in one video instead of y'all listen to a long drawn out audio. So just bear with me. I'm trying to just piece it all together. So George Sedano then brought up Kyrie Irving apologizing to LeBron and asked Brian Windhorst about the possibility of Kyrie Irving joining the Lakers. And this was Brian's exact response. He says, I rule nothing out. I mean, I'm not saying I think it's going to happen, but I've been around too long. I've seen too much. I would never close any window. I've seen too many things get smoothed over. Celtics have a lot of different options this offseason that most 90% probably include Kyrie Irving, but there are scenarios that exist that maybe would not. And so I sit here, even though Kyrie has pledged himself to the organization, nothing is signed. So if you guys would like to hear the full audio, the link is in the description box. But this season here, bruh, I'm telling y'all, it has gone exactly how I thought it would, minus the LeBron James injury. And the one thing I will say is this, bro. And I'm going to say this with my chest, bro. We cannot be losing games to the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks, bro. That just can't happen, bro. We were able to get the victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if we lose to the top teams, look, it's fine. It's how we lose, bro. We can't get blown out by the top teams. I mean, of course, nobody likes to lose, but it's how you lose. I'm happy that Luke Walton changed the starting lineup because it can be like psychological, because players can get really content or they feel like, you know, they good where they at. They feel like they have security and they don't feel like they have to work hard anymore, which is why I thought he would have Brandon Ingram come off the bench. I think if you would have benched him, it would light a fire up under Brandon Ingram and make him go to a whole nother level. And I'm just waiting on that one game for Brandon Ingram where you could say he finally arrived, because you see it there. Like, you can see the potential, but it's like, you know, he fails to live up to the expectations. I think it would make him go harder. I remember Byron Scott benched D'Angelo Russell, and I think Julius Randle, and then I remember Luke Walton benched Julius Randle, and he was heated, but he came back with a vengeance after that. But, you know, the Lakers have been very inconsistent, especially Ingram. I see so much promise and potential in him, you know, especially his length and him finishing at the rim at times. Sometimes it look great, but then sometimes it's just like, come on, bro. Like, but Kyle Kuzma, he's been playing great. I don't know why people think I don't like Kyle Kuzma. I think Kyle Kuzma has been phenomenal, but when I critique players, I don't want people to think when I critique players, that don't mean I like him. But he does have deficiencies. I see areas in his game that just can't be corrected offensively and defensively due to his body type. But I like Kyle Kuzma. And the fact is, I would trade all these young guys for a superstar. That's just my opinion. I would. Like, they call for Kyle Kuzma. You want Kyle Kuzma, you can have Kyle Kuzma or Josh Hart or the water boy, the announcer, whoever. But anyway, like I said, I still think the Lakers will make the playoffs. I think they will hover around the 6th to 8th seed like I predicted in the beginning of the season. I see a lot of people be so upset about Lonzo Ball, but I've never bought into the Lonzo Ball hype that his dad pushed, like him being better than MJ and Steph. Like, I just knew that was ridiculous. So I couldn't be set up for disappointment because I didn't buy into the hype. The one thing I liked about Lonzo Ball is that he tremendously improved his jump shot. And he missed the ball at times. The shot looked crazy sometimes. But the fact that he improved is just amazing to me. As far as Kyrie Irving joining the Lakers, I just don't see it happening. Like, I just don't see it happen. Like, I like Kyrie Irving, but I'm not trying to see another version of the Cavs again, bro. Like, I'm just not. And that's just my opinion. They still talk about Carmelo Anthony joining the Lakers. Bro, keep that man far away from the Lakers, bro. The boy washed up. The boy completely washed up, bruh. But I just think Kyrie Irving is frustrated right now, and he just has to figure things out. Honestly, I think he's in a position where it was like Kobe when he was playing with Dwight Howard, and he went to Shaq. He was more appreciative that he got to play with somebody like Shaq because basically Dwight Howard is soft. Even though they went through what they went through, he grew even more respect for Shaq after seeing how soft Dwight Howard was. And I think Kyrie Irving is at that position now to whereas, he's fully dedicated to the game of basketball. So he probably look at these young guys as, not wanting it like he does. Like, they're not as dedicated as he is. And I just think he put out that story just to, that story about LeBron. I think he just put out him calling LeBron was just to send a message. I think the LeBron and Kyrie chapter is over. I'm pretty sure LeBron would love to have Kyrie, or pretty much LeBron would love to have anybody at this point. I honestly think Kyrie may be over the LeBron situation, like the turmoil they've been through. But I still think that he wants to prove that he could win a championship without LeBron. I think if they teamed up again, the same problems would come back, and that, that toxic environment that KD spoke about, is probably what all the NBA players are saying about LeBron throughout the entire league. I believe that even though they may have moved on from that situation, I just don't see Kyrie Irving putting himself back in that situation. Like, he didn't get credit for a clutch shot in the finals. Like, what would make you think that he could just say, hey, like, they didn't give me credit for that shot I took back then, but they give me credit if I took that same shot now? Like, no, bro. Like, LeBron could have 15 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and play like dog doo-doo. Kyrie Irving could score 40 points and make a clutch shot. They only going to talk about LeBron triple-double. And that's just me hypothetically speaking if that was to happen again. And I just think Kyrie Irving right now is trying to carve out his own legacy without LeBron. It's like when Kobe wanted to prove he could win without Shaq. I just don't see Kyrie Irving joining the Lakers. But I think the main focus for the Lakers is if they can't get Anthony Davis, then just build with what they got. And if push come to shove, just try to focus on free agency 2019.